you know how we found that rotting god's corpse and how he became, like, the Prince of Death?
Yeah.
What was it? It was a Godwin, or... I don't know what it was. Also, I just did a ladder.
Okay. But yeah, I remember that guy.
Anyway, I don't remember his name off the top of my head. I think it was Godfrey, right?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't know. I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember who you're talking about.
Well, I'd like to find these specific roots of the Erd Tree in the game before we end the whole game, because I was reading that, you know how that guy became the Prince of Death? I was reading that he is actually infecting the Erd Tree in some ways, too. Oh. And that his, like, manifestations of him are appearing at the roots of certain Erd trees in the game, like you can see his face.
Okay. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, not really like a huge thing.
It's not like a giant thing, but it's cool.
That'd be cool to see.
Alright, let's see. Let's see what we got here.
We're like the Mandalorian.
We're at the ending of the game.
Well, no, wait a second.
So, can I see the controller?
Yeah.
I guess I just didn't understand this. Horlu is the final boss.
Uh-huh.
Kind of like with Malekith, you have to fight two forms of the person. Godfrey is the final boss, but Godfrey, the second form, is Horlu.
Well, we don't want to fight
this
that
is,
yet.
I know, I'm just saying this is the boss arena. So, coming here does the ending. So, I think, for the sake of time, maybe we should stop it here, and then next time we can look up a couple things. We can look up what you want to do, because I know you want to find that guy at the roots. Mm-hmm. We could look up what we have to do for the endings. Because from what I understand about it, and maybe you could look this up to confirm too, is when we beat Godfrey and Horlu, there will come a part, like the game doesn't just end immediately. There will come a part where you get to walk around and do stuff. And then there's different sections that you have to use your items at.
Okay.
And whatever item you use at whatever section you go to is determining the ending of the game.
Okay.
And that's, from what I understood online, which of Elden Ring is very confusing to me, that's from what I understood, and that's where you get to choose the different endings.
Well, he was a Knight of the Round Table Hold.
He was.
Interesting.
Okay.
So, we are ready to start. You want to fight him?
Sure.
So we have several topics of discussion today. I made a list, kind of like Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho.
But first, we're going to be talking to Pale-Faced Var, who we forgot to finish the quest of. Sorry, that is the remote making a thing.
Yeah, I have to defeat him by invading him.
That's kind of douchey.
Yeah.
But he deserves it. So, I've been reading that there is actually some debate on who our Finger Maiden is. So for me, I thought the most interesting thing was the description of Seluvis's Finger Maiden puppet.
Yeah.
And that it could be her. However, I've heard a lot of people say that they believe that our Finger Maiden was the murdered one where we spawned.
You seek violence. Heedless of my warning, though you have been raised to a knight of the dynasty, I am pain to the very depths of my being. I'll ensure you regret this, my lambkin. Enjoy your miserable death. Why must I be disgraced by this low?
Returning to your world, we got a Runar. Cool.
Nice. So
don't have enough of those.
Basically, what I was going to say to that is that when you originally spawn in, there is a dead Finger Maiden in a chair that you find, and people think that might actually be your Finger Maiden.
Yeah.
People just don't know.
Oh, luminary Moog, please grant the strength you promised. I have given everything. Please, my lord. Please, answer me, luminary Moog. Bless the Mogwin dynasty with love.
Boy, he sure overacted that tab.
I know. Okay. Oh, then we got Var's Bouquet. Okay.
Well, let's see what that is. The reason I brought up the Finger Maiden, because you might be like, well, what does that have to do with anything? Why are we even talking about that now? Is because one theory is that Var killed that Finger Maiden.
Oh, okay.
And this is just a fan theory, like, you know, in terms of, like, what's going on.
Fan theories aren't real.
That's true,
So I don't care.
even though Miyazaki encourages them.
Right.
A steel mace resembling a charming bouquet of roses. Each petal has a sharpened edge, leaving the roses perpetually colored with blood. That's cool. It reflects White Mask Var's manner of speech rather well, enticing in its splendor but full of deadly consequence. So that's another thing.
We can't wield it because we don't have Arc.
Yeah, we don't need to.
Okay.
The Ark of the Covenant can do its own thing. But, so one theory is that Var, because he's found right outside your awakening. You remember when you awaken and you fight the Scion and the Scion kicks your ass and you go back there later?
Yeah.
Well, that place where you awaken as a Tarnished, Vike is one of the first people you run into in the world outside of that.
Right.
And so a lot of people think that between that item description, where it's talking about him trying to entice you, and what he does... Can I have the controller for a second? Because there's one other thing we never went to.
Yeah.
Between all of that, and also just him being the first person you ever encounter, and messing with you and stuff, and getting you to do his bidding, a lot of people think that he might have killed your Finger Maiden in order to kind of try and use you, like drag you along a path of helping him with Moog, because you wouldn't have a Finger Maiden. So you wouldn't be put in the position of having to kill your own. So you would kind of be willing to go out with no attachment to one,
He seems like kind of a douchebag.
find it and kill it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then use it for the Mogwin dynasty. This is the place we never went to. You always wanted to go here.
There's a jar.
Yeah, you always wanted to go here, and we never figured out how. So I thought that maybe before we end our playthrough, or at least before we stop playing, we should find a way in.
Is this like the Jar Kingdom?
I don't know what this is. So I don't know if you'd like to do this now,
Oh, go to your left.
or if you would like to do some of the endings, because you can play after some of the endings,
Yeah.
and then come back.
Well, how about this? How about to switch things up a little bit? Let's do some of the endings. Mm-hmm. Actually, let's go upgrade your spear, because you want to do that.
Yeah, here, I'd like you to do that.
And then we will do some of the endings, and then maybe we'll take like a midway point break. Since we have 5 endings to pump through.
Yes. Oh, Jill needs the heater because she had to open... She has to have the window open downstairs because she's doing resin and you can't, like, breathe it in.
Can you have the window open to the wall?
The window is open to the wall.
Okay.
Like my fingers on my own balls.
Epic.
I had a question for you. Basically, so I will just show you this clip really quick.
Okay.
We're not going to play the audio because it has the N-word in it.
Oh.
There's a reason it has the N-word in it.
Oh. Why are we listening to this?
I'm sure you're so offended. It's because this one dumbass kid, who, by the way, apparently like still needs to wear a mask like 5 years in, starts calling his substitute teacher the N-word, gets in his face, basically shoves him like that. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
And then watch this. He keeps doing it. And then this substitute teacher literally bodies this kid because he kept shoving him and calling him the N-word right in his face. Like, okay, so this kid started a physical altercation, right?
Yeah.
So then he gets absolutely freaking reamed by this teacher.
Good.
Which I say good. And now I wanted your opinion on this. Maybe Jill can show part of this. I don't really know if I can show this or not because it has like minors in it.
Yeah.
Maybe I could just...
Maybe you can't show it.
How about this? On my Twitter on January 24th of 2023.
Yeah.
2 weeks after the birth of our Lord, January 6th. That's where I posted this.
Got it.
And so basically I want your opinion on this because this kid kept shoving this teacher and saying the N-word. Now I'm going to take it further. I'm going to say even if he didn't shove him,
Yeah.
if you get in someone's face and you're screaming in their face and trying to start an altercation with them, you can progress the story, by the way.
Well, the next part is just fighting the boss.
Well, let's fight the boss.
But you want to do that while we're talking?
Yeah, let's just fight the boss while we're talking.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, otherwise it's just us sitting around doing nothing.
Okay.
And we'll see if the boss talks or not. If they do, we can just listen to them, too. I have, like, a opinion even further than this. Once this crossed the line into this kid shoving the guy and trying to start a fight...
Yeah.
And receiving the fight, in my opinion, he's no longer a victim.
Right.
But even if he didn't do that, in my opinion... Oh, bring her in.
Should we summon?
That's Nephalia or whatever.
Oh!
Nephili.
Nephili Lou.
Once you get in someone's face and you try and start a physical altercation or whatever...
Yeah.
Even with just words, and you're in their face screaming at them and all this stuff, I think that once that happens, you forfeited your right to be the victim in that situation.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I agree with this.
But, like, for some reason, the law doesn't. So for some reason, me screaming in your face, damaging your hearing, doesn't count as assault. Mm-hmm. But if I hit you because you're doing that to me, that's assault.
Right.
How does that work? I just kind of want to understand, because I don't really get it. Like,
I don't either.
Because I'm also causing you pain, and right now, you can sue people for emotional damages.
Yeah.
You can sue people for all this stuff, but, like, this kid's the victim in this situation? How?
It's been a long while, Morgoth.
Oh, he's putting Morgoth to rest. Looked like, I think.
Why was he just, like, holding the spirit of Morgoth?
Long and hard didst thou fight, tarnished warrior, spurned by the grace of gold. Be assured the Elden Ring resteth close at hand. Alas, I am returned. To be granted audience once more. Upon my name as Godfrey, the first Elden Lord.
I don't really get how he's alive.
I don't either.
Because I thought that he was murdered on the night of Black Knives or whatever.
Yeah. I don't really know.
He was the first Elden Lord of the Lands Between. He was known as Horea Lu, the chieftain of the Badlands and a bloodthirsty warrior. He was marked as one of the first Tarnished.
Yeah. Oh no, he's angry. Target angry!
That's really funny every time I say it.
Oh no. So yeah, to answer your long question, I don't really understand. Well, not your long question, your question from a long time ago.
Your long question.
Come on, like with these questions.
Your long-ass question.
I don't really understand.
What was that?
I don't know.
Charged up a fart there.
I don't really understand the modern law system at all because, to me, any sort of confrontation, like violent, whether that's violently verbal or physical confrontation, should leave you open to any sort of recourse.
Thou didst me good service, Sirosh. I've given thee courtesy enough. Now I fight as Horalu. Warrior!
I like this. However, this guy, there wasn't really a lot of build up to him specifically.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
Do you agree with that?
I do definitely agree with this.
Like in terms of like we never knew.
Oh no!
We never really knew who was at the end.
Yeah.
And I feel like if they had kind of built up to it, kind of like how it was always
I'm
like
stuck.
You have to go fight win.
Yeah.
know?
I got stuck on this pillar.
I'm making sure the cast didn't knock something down. You were telling me about how you'd sue someone for talking mean to you? That was a joke.
Well, I mean, and I think I used the wrong word, not recourse, but repercussion is the word I was trying to use. I think as long as, whenever you step into the grounds of confrontation, or violent confrontation, in my opinion, it's like, don't be surprised when it comes back to bite you, okay?
Well,
And I guess my thing is I have a little less sympathy for people that are, like, because he was actually pushing him.
Uh-huh.
If you're being physical with someone, I have zero sympathy if someone wants to, like, deck you in the face.
Yes.
I have zero sympathy if someone wants to, like, body you. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like, and nowadays it's like, well, you can't do that. Yeah, he's a kid. It's like, well, yeah, but the kid should not just be free to do whatever the heck he wants.
Yeah, I don't care if he's a kid. If he murdered another kid, we wouldn't be saying that.
I'm not going to be sitting like, well, he's a kid. Like, no.
Let him go.
It's like, no. It's like this guy should not just be... We need to stop living in a society where people think punishment is bad.
Yeah.
Because when we live in a society where punishment is bad, then we live in a society where everyone can kind of do whatever they want. Because it's like, well, you can't hurt that kid. He's a kid. It's like, why? The guy's like pushing the kid. The guy is literally like physically pushing him.
Well, also he's like yelling in his face and stuff too.
Yeah.
I mean, like I agree with what you're saying, but I'm saying even if it was less physical than that, I still think you asked for it.
Oh yeah, exactly. And that's my entire thing is like you are asking for it.
And I don't think you should be able to sue the other guy then.
No.
Because it should be like, well, you were the instigator here.
Yep.
You were the clear instigator of this confrontation.
Yes.
Yes, they responded, sure.
But you instigated.
You didn't need to instigate.
You egged them on.
Right, and you clearly wanted to get a response. Also, I just noticed we can bring in our mimic tier here as well.
Oh, we can?
So you might want to heal and then...
Okay.
Oh, no.
Why in the world does it take like an hour to look at your sword?
Okay. We've got like anger issue Mike here.
Well, I'm like... Oh no! Anger issue Mike?
Well, I don't know. Why is Nephilim doing nothing?
I don't know. Hey,
have you tried helping?
Where is my mimic tier? Let's
There.
use my mimic tier.
No,
I'm gonna
again.
heal.
Now you might want to bring in your magic and just stay back.
Yeah.
Because that seems to be the way to go. Oh my.
Nephilim's gonna get destroyed. Wait, my magic isn't hurting. Why?
Your magic's not even hurting him?
No.
So anyway, I'm tired of that, and I just kind of wanted your opinion. It sounds like you are as well.
I am sick and tired of like people suing everyone for everything now. It's like, look, I'm not going to sit here and claim to be... I'm not going to sit here and claim to be like the most perfect member of society ever, and I have all the answers, but...
Can we read about Horalu as well in a minute?
But, so up there I think is where we use items, but we can touch this grace, but this is where we have to make our save.
Okay.
But what I am going to say is, as a decently functioning member of society, you know what I don't do? Get violently confrontational with people. Do I know why? Because I'm going to get punched in the face.
Right.
And guess who deserves to get punched in the face?
You.
Me. Why?
if you're
Because
doing
I'm
that.
getting like violently confrontational with people. That
This
includes
is the same-
physical and it includes verbal.
Yeah, and this is the same thing to me, by the way. Let's make that back up.
Okay.
This is the
Well,
same
first let's
thing to
rewind
me
him.
with these people who will, like, even this. Now, just hear me out. If you want to go to, like, an abortion clinic and you want to, like, hold a sign and say, I don't like this, cool.
Right.
But when you, like, start getting in people's face and screaming at them, no matter what the issue is, no, I don't care anymore.
Right, because it's like, well, what are you doing?
And it could be any issue.
Right.
Anything. Like, you're taking it into your own hands, causing a huge thing.
Yeah.
The power of its namesake can be unlocked by the finger reader. Alternatively, it can be used to gain a great bounty of runes. Do you want to go see what it can give us, by the way?
Yeah.
When Godfrey, first Elden Lord, was robbed of his grace, becoming tarnished, he took with him his kinfolk and left the lands between. After the long march of the... Wow. After the long march of the tarnished came to end... Sorry, I can only say January. Godfrey divested himself of kingship, becoming a simple warrior once more. So what, he came back to the Erd Tree now, after everybody else was dead?
Kind of looks like it. So let's go to here. And then, so now we have to start mapping out the order of endings we want to do.
I love maps.
Because, well, same.
I love them.
Because we have to...
Wrong way.
Okay, this place will confuse me.
Wrong
totally.
way.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is to the finger reader.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to go over there
Oh.
to the two fingers.
Okay.
It's all right. It's not
My
a big deal.
my brain was going to the
to
blacksmith.
two. You were going to the two finger people that look just like this.
Okay,
I
so this
think.
gives us an axe
So what?
and Ash of War Horalu Earthshaker.
What's the lore on these? Weapon of Godfrey, Elden Lord. It was broken in a battle fought as leader of the Tarnished during the Long March. Is that when the Tarnished came back to the Lands Between?
I don't know.
This weapon is symbolic of Godfrey's vow to conduct himself as a lord, later becoming an emblem of the golden lineage. In the days of past, a crown was warranted with strength.
Okay.
Horalu's Earthshaker, slam both hands onto the ground, blah, blah, blah,
Okay.
blah, blah.
Well, which one did you want to do? The axe?
Let's just get his axe.
Okay.
I'm not going to use it, but it's cool.
Yeah.
Equipment?
Oh, can we get Oh, we can get Horalu's crown.
That's neat.
Let's buy this.
And then there's his
Horalu armor.
Elden Lord armor is what it's called.
I call it by the better name, Horalu.
We only got 3 pieces. Isn't there another one?
I didn't see one.
Am I stupid here? I must be
I think
stupid.
you're dumb, stupid, or dumb.
Huh? Let's read the lore. The lore! The lore, Nate, the lore.
Okay, I'm going to the lore.
Give me
Just
lore.
hold on.
I'm Thor. Give me lore.
Another instead of another. It's lore. That was not a funny joke. At all.
Nice. I had already made the joke, and I already thought it was not funny
here
enough.
we
I was
go.
really glad you took it further. The age of the Erd Tree began amongst conflict when Godfrey was lord of the battlefield. He led the war against the giants, faced the Stormlord alone, and then there came a moment when his last worthy enemy fell, and it was then, as the story is told, that the hue of Lord Godfrey's eyes faded. So, like, when he no longer had battles, I guess,
Yeah.
he kind of lost his
It's
lordship.
kind of like, yeah, whatever.
Interesting.
Okay, where's this? There we
And-
go.
Oh, yeah. So, Armor of Godfrey, the Age of the Urge. Okay. He
Same
led the
one.
war. I think they're all just going to be the same, though.
Wait, you faced the Stormlord from Demon Souls?
I don't know what the Stormlord was. Also, that's my least favorite thing that the Souls games do, is when they will randomly introduce a character that you've never heard reference to before, is never referenced again. I'm not talking about, like, they reference him once in a while. No. This is it.
Right.
And they will just drop the name, like, oh, you should care about this. And you're like, I don't know who that is.
Right.
And then it's up to the community to be like, well, he's probably this guy, but, like, there's never not a single other mention of him.
Right.
Kind of like in Demon Souls, they randomly make reference to, like, Joan of Arc. Do you remember that?
I do remember
And
that.
it's like, why are you referencing Joan of Arc from Earth?
Right.
Like,
It's
what? There was a Joan of Arc in this universe?
Like,
What are we doing?
Is this, It's like, is Joan of Arc in this universe?
Yeah, it seemed like
Is
it was,
Earth in the
right?
same universe as Demon Souls?
Confirmed?
I think so.
This is just actually, like, later on, like, Obi-Wan's gonna land on this, and it's just some shit tier
Well,
planet.
from a certain point of view.
It's just a shit
is
tier
Earth.
planet in Star Wars that they never visit.
Right.
They're like, this place sucks.
Don't go here. Okay, so we're here. Now I think this is where we need to make our save.
We're here and we're queer. Hey.
But, okay.
Hey, we gotta live by it now.